This is a video for Kill la Kill, episode 1, 2, and 3. Links is out in the description below. Go watch my reaction to it. Disclaimer ahead of time, I have seen the first episode a long freaking time ago, and rewatching it is just like more so the refresher in my mind. But when I did watch it, I only remembered like 2 or 3 things that actually happened like from when I first watched it. So I remember like 2 little small things. So it was basically blind going into it. But anyways, go watch my reaction, then come back here, see my full thoughts and ideas and theories about 3 episodes and that kind of thing, and my thoughts of the show so far and everything. Seeing how it is going to be the new show in this time slot. Anyways, click away now or be spoiled as to what happened in these episodes. Okay, so like I said in my reaction, it's a 25 episode series. So I'll be done with it like within like a month or not a month, but like 2 months, 3 months, something like that, depending on how much gaps there are in the groupings and everything like that, which I'm leaving up to Crow. So big thank you to Crow for helping me out with time codes and everything. And by next week I should have a border, hopefully. Anyways, maybe like a week or 2. I might actually hold off 1 more week just to see more of the show, but again, like if I wait any more, I'm just gonna eat more into like the show. It's 25 episodes. Like I said, like 2 months is gonna be like done, or more, whatever. Just like a couple weeks, whatever, more than that. Anyways, it was a really cool kind of show. I mean, it's hardcore freaking fan servicey. I mean, the main character has like the clothing that is supposed to be like what do they call it, like exhibitionist or something like that, like revealing yourself to the public and the thing willingly. Even though when she first got it, it was not willingly. She was like forced to wear it because it was talking clothes started like throwing itself and forcing upon her. But yeah, I mean, I have so many questions about the plot and everything because like the dad died somehow. And the person who killed him, who burned the house down, that kind of thing, left half of a scissor blade or scissor weapon, that kind of thing, on the ground, and she picked it up, the main character, and she ended up wanting to go attack the academy because she assumed it was them. I don't think she's ever had any hard evidence saying it is them. She's just doing it just cause. So it makes me wonder, like, plot-wise, I can see why they're going down the road they are. Like, attack the powerful people who might sort of have something to do with it kind of thing. But at the same time, I can definitely see the plot twisting and turning and being like, nope, it's not them, it's this one over here kind of thing. Like, it's not who you thought it was. I'm not sure. We didn't really. I mean, we saw like briefly or something, some kind of blur or whatever with like the scissor blade, whatever, like rush out of frame, or whatever. For blind purposes, I'm not gonna go back and watch that bit because then I would have a memory of that person in my mind. I'm not even sure if that was the correct person. I think that was just like her interpretation of who it might be. Kind of thing or something, or whatever, her memory of who it might be. But yeah, I mean, it's an interesting show. I love the fights. It was like beautifully drawn, all this kind of stuff. The fighting scenes, like smashing into stuff, like you can feel it. Like they were just like meaty freaking hits, and just like the cuts, like slicing through the like concrete and everything. Like one of the last hits of the show had like she grabbed the blade, like the handle bit rotated back to make like an extended blade kind of thing, and then the blade split in half and a thing came out to like flip up, and then it came back together, making like a big sword, basically like a great sword sort of deal. And then with that, she like this kind of big powerful move where she like sliced like right over the main bad chick, and it just like huge like curve in like the wall of where like the slice went, basically. That was freaking hardcore. And then yeah, the clothes and everything. That's another thing I'm wondering about, because like The dad was like, I guess, the main one who discovered this, I guess what they call life thread or something like that. Life thread? I feel like it's something like that. Anyways, he just maybe he didn't discover it, but I think he works with it. And then the leaders of this academy, the daughters, dad and mom and whatever, I guess decided to shut him down and take it away from him to keep it a guarded secret to them and them only. Um, so the dad left his, I think, prototype there, like in the basement of their like burnt down building or whatever, for his daughter to come find later on. Thanks to his partner, the one teacher dude. I think he's a partner. Anyways, him to like guide her down there to go find it. But yeah, it's really interesting because like you need blood to activate it, but then if you fight it like she was, like being all embarrassed and not wanting to wear it, that kind of thing, it requires more blood to use. And I thought that was a really cool kind of like side effect, like having to kind of constantly like have time limit on your like your superpower kind of thing. But then like in the third episode, she discovered all she has to do is just like accept it and be like, "Yep, I'm nude," or whatever, whatever, half nude, whatever, and then she can wear it properly. Like it's I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of like the time limit on it. Um, but like I don't know. I guess I don't know. It was the first three episodes. I'm sure it gets like different, but I did like the time limit on the suit and everything. But once she kind of like overcame it and then like used it like properly, like the suit upgraded, like the shoulder pads like jutted out like these like whatever, just like that one girl did. They both like have like this Sailor Moon sort of style transformation scene, which is really funny. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm really interested to see what happens next. Like I said, I'm not sure what is going to happen next episode. Other than, well, I mean, I guess we did find out that the fight between the main girl and the two main girls, I guess, well, the main bad guy girl and girl, main girl, um, they both want to fight each other again, but in order to do so, the main girl needs to fight all of her lackeys, basically all of the students in like the 1-star clothing and the 2-star clothing and eventually the 3-star clothing, and then her basically to get through all of them to get to her. And they, as a class or whatever, I'm not sure if they're actually using or under. I'm not sure if they are going under her rule for it, but there's a bunch of students, experimenting with this life thread stuff in the like and somewhere in the basement probably, or some kind of building, that they were trying to put together like a stronger thread count clothing, because originally 10% is 1-star, and we saw what 1-star can do. With at the very beginning of the first episode, we saw like the one student who like stole it, like that. He put it in really quick, all this kind of stuff. Had no effect on on a 3-star student. Anyways, 10%. That was like 10% power. Then 20% power for a 2-star, and then I'm assuming 30% and 40% and so on and so forth. Depending on the stars, kind of thing. So 1-star is 10%, 2-star is 20%, 3-star is 30%, so on and so forth. But somebody had the bright idea that I'm not sure actually if they had a 4-star clothing, but for some reason they skipped 4, and they attempted to meld together 50% thread count. So they're skipping like the 40% thing. Maybe they're skipping. I'm not sure. Anyways, they decided to put 50% into clothing and put it on a random kid basically to see what would happen. And he went berserk and it controlled him. I'm hardcore wondering like where they're getting this thread stuff from. Like, are they making it? Like, are they taking it from a source? Like, I'm not sure what this stuff is. Or do they fabricate it? Do they almost like the test tubes, like, make it in a lab because it's a living thread? Um, do the 10%, 20%, 30%, do those ones talk like the real ones do, or do you need like 100% thread in order for that to kind of come alive, kind of thing? And it also seems like 100% you need blood to sustain the 100% power. So I'm wondering if the 10%, 20%, 30%, those ones, the 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, I'm wondering if they require blood, or if you could give it blood, does it become more powerful? Like, for right now, it's 30% power as the max that the kids have. So I think all of them are going to be pretty hardcore pushovers for the most part. I mean, probably the 3-star one's going to be pretty difficult to deal with, but ultimately, it's going to come down to the main character and then the main bad girl, them fighting again. I'm guaranteed that's going to be like the finale of the show, whatever. It's 25 episodes. I'm already 3 episodes in, so I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of 1-episode battles. Like, this episode 2... Oh, sorry, episode 1 was mostly kind of, in a way, world building in a way, but also a little bit about the boxer guy. The boxer guy plus... Yeah, the boxer guy had his moment with the girl, main girl, and lost. And then the second episode was the tennis girl, and then episode 3 was the main bad girl, basically. The fight between them and everything. So I'm thinking every episode's gonna have like some kind of big fight, like with somebody, basically like one student. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to find out what's gonna happen. I am intrigued. Tons of freaking fan service, which I don't think is needed, but I mean, I for one thing, that's one thing about this show that I do like. Actually, they actually acknowledge the fan service. They don't be like, just fan service, fan service, fan service, and then like never talk about it. Like, the main character was like blushing the entire freaking time because she did not want to be that way. That was really cool how they did that. I mean, it's still a fan service, but I mean, like, just like acknowledging that those fan service is very unique in a lot of anime. A lot of anime just kind of do it just because, kind of thing. So I guess in this way, I mean, it's still fan service, but in this way, could it be better? I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, so I'm probably gonna expect more fan service throughout the whole show. I'm surprised with a lot of the scenes that they actually got away with it on TV or whatever, because it's like, I mean, they don't like show any like anything hardcore, but something like the Sailor Moon transformations, that kind of thing. I mean, even in Sailor Moon, they showed something similar to that kind of transformations. Very like, doll like figure with like no nipples, whatever, kind of transformation stuff. So I don't know. Probably expect more of that. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and tune into this is murder. Tune in next week for some more Kill la Kill. Like I said in my reaction, expect maybe 3 or 4 episodes. I'm not sure exactly. I have to wait for Crow to give me the next kind of batch of time codes and that kind of thing. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next reaction this week. Take care, buddy.